Hey everyone, it's Salman Qureshi. You're listening to the Expat Brat podcast, and I hope you're having a great summer. It's June, end of June. It's Eid holidays and Eid Mubarak in advance, obviously, to all my fans and listeners and friends and family who are listening to this. I hope you have a great big long weekend. It's great out here in Dubai. We're basically off all week. So it's been, if you don't count Monday, which they should have just given off, right? After last weekend till the next weekend, that's almost like 9-10 days in a row, leading right into summer. So I think a lot of people here will probably have flown off, and the joys of that is that in Dubai it means a lot less traffic. You know, it's a place heavy with expats, and so that's the only thing I like about summer in general. I think I have something called summer depression. I don't know if that's a real thing or we've just found new ways to label everything we hate as as like a disease. So I have summer depression. I'm going with that. And it's great because what ends up happening is that now that I know it happens to me, I kind of mentally prepare for it, and I know what it is. And, you know, it really is. I get a real downer. I think it's possibly because when you have to have summer out here in this part of the world, the Middle East, which is bizarre. That's a whole different thing. Why is this called the Middle East? We're just Asia, right? It's just part of Asia, isn't it? It's not Africa. It's not Europe. It's Asia. Unless Asia and Europe are really the same continent. I don't know. I forget my geography now. But the Middle East is just a funny name for this part of the world. But it's hot here. I'll agree with that with all the scientists and everything. And so you got to stay indoors, man. And this really, it feels like you're being locked up. I like nature. I like being able to walk outside. And all you have in the summer here is expensive indoor stuff to do, which I don't even love, or water parks. And then there's the beach, which is crazy. I don't understand people going to the beach in 40 plus degrees, man. It's not just the sun burning you into crisp. Even the water feels like it's boiling. So it's a choice between baking yourself or boiling yourself. And I don't know if that's much of a... And on the way, if you happen to take off your flip-flops, then you'll also fry your legs on the hot sand as you walk by. Nothing about that sounds appealing to me, right? Like nothing. I have no reason to go to a beach in the summer here unless I want to be toast. I want to feel bad about myself. I want to have hot sand all over me. Maybe some kind of thing that helps your skin. If it's that, maybe yes, but I don't need a tan. I don't need a tan, people. I got a natural built-in tan, one of those things. So it's kind of cool. I'd go for the ice cream, but you know what? Baskin Robbins and every other American franchise is in every little corner in Dubai that it's insane. You can't step out without these American fast food chains just in your face, like right in your face. Like my neighborhood has a KFC and a Hardee's and a Baskin's like in a few minutes of walking from my place, right? I go a little further down to where my sister is. They have 5 Starbucks, just Starbucks, 5 of them in that one neighborhood. It's insane here, right? So I don't need to go to the beach to have ice cream or food or whatever I wanted to do. And that makes me just go, what do you do? You want to do what every smart expat does, which is they fly out for the summer. All right, they go away and they leave this hotness behind, and then they come back and they go, Dubai is such a great place to live, which it is. I'm not disputing that. It is just very hot in the summer. And the more I hear about places in the world getting hotter and hotter, it scares me because this is one of the few places for now, that you can afford to have your aircon on all day. All right. And the bill is high, but it's kind of like affordable. And not that you have a choice anyway. What are you going to do? But I'm worried this will attract more and more people as they are coming in anyway, because they'll go, hey, it's too hot to live in London. Like right now, I'm hearing stuff about the UK being so hot, and it's 30, 35 degrees, which isn't hot. It's going to get hotter if this climate change stuff keeps going on and humans don't learn anything and stop doing our shit. But that's a whole different story. But we're going to keep doing it. It's going to get hotter, and places like the UK, especially London and these places, they're not built with air conditioners, and their houses are built to keep the heat in. So it's like you're baking in there. It's like Dubai, but indoors. And so these people are going to, more and more, they're going to come out, man. And they think it's nice out here, and they know it now. And, why am I depressing myself about it? See, it's the summer depression kicking in, and I can't help thinking down those lines, you know? And I thought I'd do something fun. So Zayan's off, my 4-year-old, he's off. And he's got a week off from school, and then he only has another week before he's off again, and then he's got a couple of weeks before he flies off with his mom to Scotland and London, and hopefully he'll have a great time there. But in the meantime, as a good father, I decided I'm going to take him swimming, and I thought that'd be a nice thing to do. And I go there, and it's so, like, it was perfect. I thought it was perfect because it was hot outside, but the water was just slightly on the cooler side. The pool was empty. Maybe it was like right at like 11:30, so it was like right peak hot time. But it was a weekend and no one was there. And I thought, great, Zayan and I can just have a chilled out time out here. 2 minutes into the pool, he doesn't like the water temperature, comes out, decides, I don't want to swim anymore. I took longer to change him, to get him to the pool, and then shower him after and dress him back up and take him to my sister's place, which was the plan for lunch. All of that took more time than we actually spent in the pool, so I didn't get any exercise either. And he just, he was just in a bad mood because I took him there. Now, just for context, he's on the autism spectrum as well, so he has and this is the hard bit, man. He's got very specific needs. When he's generally a really good kid, but there are certain things he wants it exactly like perfect. Like, he will not tolerate a little bit of colder water. He will not tolerate certain foods, and so temperatures or shorts or the touch of some t-shirts. So he's very specific about certain things, and I really should give him leeway because he does, he's good about it. He's a good kid. But every so often he surprises me with these things like the pool, and then I'm just like, oh my God, just wasted a whole day, And I think regardless of his differences, I think kids can be like that. It's a general parenting thing. You try to do something for your kids and they have no idea how much you put aside to give them a happy life, and then they just, they should know. I should record all of this. Maybe that's why I'm recording this. This isn't for you listeners. This is for me, for him to listen to it later so that I can remind him, this is what I sacrificed for you, And my parents, I feel bad for them. They sacrifice a lot more, but they didn't record it, so it's their fault. I don't care if they didn't have the right technology to do it easily, but I don't know what they sacrificed. My kid, he knows exactly. He will know every little thing I sacrifice for him, so that when he's a little snot, when he's grown up and he tells me, what do you do for me? I'll play this stuff. And he'd be like, listen, I preempted this stuff. Your dad's a smart guy. Maybe not smart. Maybe he's just petty. But your dad, just listen to this stuff. Cool? So that's my life with him. And, and because he's not, now I have to find this pool where the water's just right for him. So I'm going to have to maybe pay for one of these indoor pool areas to do this, right? Which is really annoying because one of the hardest things out here as a parent is in the summer. Zayan loves going to the park. He's an active kid. He's a boy. I don't know if they have more energy, if it's a myth or whatever. I don't know. My kid has a lot of energy. The days, he doesn't do enough to burn off that energy. He's up till late. And so just for my own sanity as well, I need to do things with him to keep him active. and have fun with him so that at the end he goes to bed. That's every parent's reality. All right, you go day by day. You want to do enough with him so that they're tired and they go to sleep. So you have an hour in the night just for yourself, just an hour to just watch some bad TV and just rest and think about your life and think about the fact that it's going to happen all over again tomorrow. Okay, so but you need that hour. All right, you need that hour. And I don't get it on the days. And now I'm running out of things for him to do out here because, you know, how many times will you take him to one of these expensive water parks? How many of these overpriced leisure parks for kids will you take him to? And you know what? Maybe part of me would just pay it as well and do it, except he doesn't love those things. He doesn't like the indoor mall play areas like Magic Planet and all that stuff. He just doesn't like, he's not really into it. So now I've got very little maneuvering space to do things with him. All right. It's just 2 weeks. Then he'll be on holiday and he'll be all right, Salman. Everything will be okay. All right. The summer's a crazy time. Okay. I don't understand people who love it. Maybe if you live in Canada, right? Like really up north. And even those people in a couple of years, like I said, with global warming and stuff, they're not going to love it anymore either. Yeah, everyone's going to hate summer. Everyone will have summer depression, and then I'll be called normal. All right. So, and wise. I don't know why wise, but wise. And so it's because we do dumb things. The summer is just dumb. People go to, like I said, go to the beach, walk on the hot sand. What else? People want to barbecue. You can't barbecue in this heat here. Not out here. Unless you get like 10 air cons outside. Like, you know, that's what, the closest you can have to an outdoor experience here now and not like be all sweaty and stuff is to go to a shisha place where they have these outdoor areas, which are great during the rest of the year. But during summer and the hot months, they have these large tents that are air conditioned, and you have this illusion that you're sitting outside, but really you're indoors. And now you're inhaling probably much more secondhand smoke than you would if it was completely outdoors. And that's it. That's your outdoor. Or if you're really brave, really into it, then you have to get up at like 4 or 5 a.m. and do something like hiking or cycling outdoors at that time, or jogging, whatever it is that you do. I'm going to hit the gym more. I like saying that just out loud, just to make us laugh. But it's there. The intention's there. And maybe it won't happen. I don't know. But that's your option. So who wants to get up that early? And then at some point around July and August, it gets humid on top of the heat. So even if you go at 5, 6 a.m., you're cycling through sweat. It's sweat in the air, and you're riding through it, and the sweat you're not perspiring. You're not just perspiring. The earth is sweating. The world is sweating. And so you're cycling through the sweat, and it's clinging onto your face and your body. And so it's inside sweat and outside sweat all combining. And I think I speak for most people when I say it's not pleasant. It's terrible. And I'm going to use all of this as an excuse to eat more ice cream. The one thing that I am looking forward to are the movies. There's one movie I'm not Oppenheimer. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm just done with World War movies. Just enough of them. Like, I love history of, and especially of, World War II. It's very interesting. I'm also tired of the number of movies made on it, man. Really, honestly, I'm done. I'm looking forward to Barbie. I like the fact that they used so much pink on the movie sets that apparently there was like a shortage of pink in the world because of this movie, which is crazy. But I like it. I liked the trailer. I think it'll be a fun movie to watch, so I'm looking forward to that. And obviously, Mission Impossible. I mean, Tom Cruise, man. I can't wait for that. That is the movie I've been waiting for ages. That's the one I'm definitely going to the cinema to watch, and it's the one that I'll yeah, I'm most excited about. So that's the bright spot in the summer. Go there, watch that in the cinema, watch Tom Cruise do his thing, go crazy, and just watch him and go, hey, I would love to be like him at his age, but I'm so far away from being anything like him. Uh, and he has money, all right. He probably has like, I don't know, like millions of dollars spent on just regenerating his DNA, and everything looks good then. And I don't know. I think he's just too far ahead of everybody else. So, yeah, don't compare yourself to him. I have been watching some good TV stuff, and you gotta take note of these. All right, I'm gonna tell you some stuff you can watch if you're stuck like me, watching a lot more TV indoors. Then watch From. 2 seasons have completed. Last night I watched season two's finale. The series is great. It's fun. It keeps you on your toes. Loved it. It's on OSN if you're living in the Middle East. Hack it if you're living somewhere else. But it's definitely something that's not being talked about enough. It's such a cool show. Creepy, scary, fun. All right. So From. That's the name of the TV show. The cast is good, but no notable name. Which is, again, refreshing, so I like it. And I've talked about it in my previous episodes as well, so I won't go into the premise, but that's definitely something on your radar. I finished, with my wife, we watched, oh my God, Black Mirror was horrible. I did not like a single episode. None of them felt like they were Black Mirror-ish, if you know what I mean. So they just kind of felt disappointing listening to them and watching them, and yeah. Something broke. Maybe it's just TV has evolved over the last 4 or 5 years to be so crazy and dark, and similar type of things have just, we've just been shocked so much that this just feels normal now. Maybe it's that. I just think it wasn't great. So you could give it a skip. I know most people still give it a go, but I really, really was disappointed big time with Black Mirror. The other stuff Will Trent is on Disney. And I don't know if what I just watched was the season finale or there are more episodes, but I just finished episode 13 of season 1. And I think in the States it's already been out, but they're releasing it weekly here. I got to look it up. But it's a fun show again. Well done. The cast is great. Main guy's story it's very sad, but because the show is a police show, it's also exciting at times, solving crime, blah, blah, blah. I like it. I like the show. Another one I'd recommend completely. Sarah and I watched based on a true story. Pretty decent, quite funny. That's another one you can have a go at. I think it's a short series. It was fun. Interesting premise as well. And again, like the cast was good. I thought the guy playing the serial killer is not a shock or surprise. He's really good in the show as well as the main couple. So that's another good one. What else have I? You can see how much TV I've been watching again. I just finished Jack Ryan season 3, and season 4 is coming out in a week, which is exciting. I had just not caught up to season 3 just yet. And the day I watched the finale of season 3, there's an interesting bit. The same day that Russian thing happened, the whole the armed rebellion and stuff. And it was interesting because season 3 is about Russia and a coup. And I honestly, I did not time it. I watched that episode, and then I switched on the news, and I was like, oh my God, art imitating life, life imitating art. Oh, wow. That was nuts for me. It was kind of cool and exciting. Both kind of had a happy ending, I guess, in some ways. So depending if you like Putin or not. What would have happened if that other guy had taken over? I don't know much about Russian history, but I assume, these politics. I don't know who would have been far worse for the Russian people. That's interesting. I'd love to, if you're Russian and you're listening to this, I'd love to know your viewpoint on it. Not that I do a lot of political stuff on my podcast. This is more of a social, economic question. Like, what would be the impact of one of the two? Obviously, in the short term, all of it would be bad because civil war. When has that ever helped the average person? But I'd love to know. And I am playing. Here's one thing I'm looking for. I am finally finalizing a venue in Karachi. Rushdie and I are traveling there for a show. It's part of our rest of the world tour that we're finalizing dates in a lot of places, but Karachi is looking good in August. And I'm super excited about that one because we're taking our stand-up and some improv bits over. And we're also looking to take a couple of acts from Dubai and see how it does there. So that is something that's really got me going. So like I said, I'm quite looking forward to seeing how we do there. And then because that will also kick off a few other venues we're looking at. We're finalizing venues and dates in Saudi and Lebanon and even Europe and the States. So over the course of the next 6 months. So those are some things I'm really excited. Those are the projects I'm really excited to travel and do our tour and show and develop it a bit more, because one of the reasons I want to travel more is to widen my exposure of my own comedy and challenge myself to write to a even broader audience. I think that's something that is like this challenge I want to overcome, and I've been kind of shying away from it for too long. So I'm finally doing that, and I'm glad it's going to be mostly with Rushdie, who's my comedy partner in crime, I guess. I love performing with him. I love watching him. The guy's great. If you don't know who he is, if you're a listener outside, look him up on Instagram. He's Rushdie Rafiq, great comic, rising star, one of the funniest people in the Middle East. So big shout out to my man. And so we're going to be out and about, guys. If you have a place, if you're listening and you have a place you want us to come to, drop me a comment or a message on Instagram as well, or on the wherever you're listening to this. I'm on at SalmanZQ or Expat Brat Podcast, both on Instagram. If you drop it, I'll have a look at it, and I want to add that to my wish list, people. That's kind of it, man. I'm bummed out about summer mostly. It's my complaints now. There's a lot going on right now, but mid to end July it's going to slow down as well. So I think it does mean the good news, I'll be podcasting more. So if you are listening to this, then great. Keep listening and share it, of course, as well. And tell me what you want to talk about. All right. I think I'm done. I have to go back. Zayan's finishing up some stuff. I got to go pick him up and be a dad again and get some food and do all the boring stuff. So yeah, it's true, people. I'm a normal human being like the rest of you. All right. This was fun. Thank you for listening. Remember, make sure you share this episode, leave a comment, send me some feedback, show some love. All of that helps for me to keep this podcast going, and I love getting ideas from you guys as well. So take care. Enjoy your summer if you're traveling. If you've got kids, good luck on the flights, because, oh my God, yes, we don't have to talk about it. All right, that's enough from me. Take care. Goodbye. Or as the dog would say, woof.